You're watching Machine Universe, where workers, bad decisions, and freak accidents meet. Chainsaws, timber, and trucks remind us every second how unforgiving this job is.
Oh, you okay?
Using a ladder for tree limbs is always a recipe for disaster.
That was awesome, dude. That was hardcore, dude.
No helmet, no chaps. There really should be an application process just to buy a chainsaw. You're watching a firefighter literally strapped to a massive tree trunk, fighting flames that are burning dozens of meters off the ground. Always remember to leave enough stopping distance. That unexpected hazard is why tailgating is a huge pet peeve at high speeds. They are attempting to remove a huge tree next to a building, which is clearly failing since it's stuck there. What's the next move now that the tree is completely hung up and the saw is stuck? They are currently in the worst possible situation. Someone needs to call a professional before they hurt themselves or damage the house next door. Standing under a suspended log while cutting is terrifying just to watch. This video shows exactly why experience matters when dealing with hung trees. Stick around to see if his simple method actually works, or if it is just a really close call waiting to happen. So ingenious. One engine and what feels like 10 extra arms splitting wood. I just found this by accident, and what an awesome system. Those dual blades make cutting logs into boards much faster. The biggest advantage is being able to get a nice assortment of boards without having to constantly turn the log. Why aren't more portable sawmills designed like this? Check out the driver's side frame rail during the pull. It looks like the metal might be flexing a bit too much. terrifying how the tree buckled. He had zero control once that 10-inch trunk gave way beneath him. Mud, snow, and raw horsepower. It takes a special kind of grit to work in these conditions. The machine looks incredibly powerful pulling that wheelie, but it also looks like a sketchy situation for the driver. I always keep 300 feet of distance from logging trucks. One loose chain is all it takes to end everything instantly. Watch this intense moment as he tackles a 60-foot tree leaning right at the power lines. He uses the scisswheel undercut, a technique to shift the hinge and steer the fall against the lean. Precision is vital here. You see? Just one small branch hitting the wire also causes the cable to burst into terrifying flames instantly.
Nick.
Something tells me dropping that tree wasn't the main goal. Destroying the car might have been. Imagine being the hook tender down there in 3 feet of snow. Avoiding a swinging steel hook while freezing is a terrifying job. Standing that close to an exposed circular saw is enough to make anyone nervous. While the homemade build looks factory quality and efficient, the lack of a protective cage around that spinning blade is terrifying to watch. Did I really just see a tree break a metal chainsaw in half? And it looks like that ladder isn't even on the ground. It might actually be sitting on the roof of the house.
Now it's time to get this big hemlock. Just under 18 feet. I don't know if it's a 20-ton.
Some people paint on canvas. He's out here using a chainsaw. Watching him drop that big, rotten hemlock right next to the helipad is seriously impressive. It takes dedication and love for the job to show the difference between a cut and an art form. Ladysmith Harbor makes for a stunning backdrop for this kind of heavy industrial work. For locals who grew up watching these barges tip from the shore, Seeing it from this close-up angle likely brings back a lot of memories. The risk of the lumber warping after being cut so quickly is something to consider. However, the continuous action on that roughly 18-inch log suggests the blades are performing well, especially with such a thin profile, about 1/16 of an inch.
Trekken. Ga niet. Trek aan, trek aan. Trek aan. Aan Steven helpen. Whoa.
Honestly, it still turned out better than it could have. This could have been a much worse mess. Watching the chips fly, I have to wonder if both chains were brand new out of the box. The 661 is cutting aggressively, but a sharper chain can make any saw look like a winner. Does anyone else think the 500i might have had a duller setup, or is the power difference just that real? Reg coats sent a lot of us here, and it is easy to see why. The technique looks effortless, almost like magic, but we all know it takes years to make dangerous work look easy. Nice smooth driving too. No wheel spin, just steady torque and that oak sliding across the field. This is real-life SnowRunner. Unlike the game, there is no reset button if that 40-ton beast slides off the road. He claims this is excellent anger management. Watching him physically destroy trees to deal with virtual opponents is definitely entertaining, but seriously risky behavior. Some folks mentioned it feels like a shame to chip such solid trunk wood. Usually you would expect those logs to go to a sawmill, but I guess sometimes it is just about clearing the property as fast as possible for the owner. That dipper fox attachment drills through solid wood like butter. It likely clears a 24-inch stump in under 20 seconds flat.
Fucking dumbass. You fucking tool. God, you're a fucking idiot.
From this way, look out! Oh my God!
I really thought he was about to pull that tree straight over
All
onto
he
his
just said
skid
to me
steer.
is, did you get a
Was already bracing for the crunch.
Oh yeah. You'll have to get a little damage to his little... I think you're done playing for the day.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This reminds me of a horror story where a snapped line sliced a worker like a hot knife. Hey everyone, check out the effort it takes to harvest one old beech tree near a creek. Using the MS361 and PS5000 saws and 2 older tractors is definitely not the easy route. They are all working hard to process that old beech timber in difficult conditions near the creek. I cringe thinking about the steel bed taking that hit. Dropping 40-foot logs from that height is a surefire way to destroy the suspension and dent the frame. Seven cords an hour is a massive claim for any firewood processor. Watching the 2040 XP2 chew through logs with that 60-inch circular saw is impressive, but hitting that number consistently in the real world seems like a tall order unless every log is perfect. What a great simple idea. Turning a regular chainsaw into a fixed cutting station is pure ingenuity. This setup is perfect when you need to mill wood and don't have a second person helping out.
There it goes. Fuck.
That's an easy fit. That's a super easy fit.
Shit. Tree's coming this way.
That early celebration when the tree first moves, and then
Tree fell
it
this
bounces
way.
right into the
Tree
roof.
fell on us.
teetering. Wrong way.
Glad you moved when you did.
Well,
That
that's why
cut
you
below
cut
the
it the
face
other
notch on a
way.
leaning
You
tree
cut
can
it-
go wrong exactly
I think
like
I put the
this.
camera down
And a
now.
split butt can be nasty.
All right.
Cut.
Seeing a single machine handle both felling and forwarding really streamlines the logging process. Instead of needing two separate heavy vehicles cluttering the site, the combi cuts the timber and then loads it up itself. It is fascinating to watch how the removable counterweights allow it to transition between tasks without losing stability. Great shot of the rig coming down the grade. That custom trailer setup looks incredibly efficient for quick turnarounds in logging. Have you ever wondered what happens after the logging truck drops its load at Inter 4 in Swainsboro, Georgia? The logs are debarked, scanned for optimization, and then rapidly broken down by the head saw. That entire automated flow helps ensure maximum recovery of the raw timber, and it's part of what makes Inter 4 one of the top suppliers of quality wood in the U.S. That $50 helmet just saved him from a $50,000 hospital bill. Best investment ever. In the end, cutting the tree to protect the house is exactly what destroyed it. Well, at least it was only a small dent. That 40-foot tree definitely had other plans today.
Look at that. Woo woo. Oh, no one's hurt. It was successful. Hang on.
Slovenia has beautiful mountains, but logging there is tough. Hiking up 1,000 feet of elevation with a 20 LB chainsaw is a workout. Look at the size of that timber. Dragging that much tonnage risks breaking the tractor completely. This looks like unnecessary abuse of the Rakovica 65.
Voy que la agarro fuerte.
That rig looks tough as nails. That notch looks clean, but nature is unpredictable. Even perfect cuts can't always stop a tree from twisting back. He needs to move back. A snapping cable at that tension can travel in a split second. Look at the size of that root mass the VTS-01 is wrestling with. The machine clearly has the hydraulic strength needed to pull huge root rods, even those 12 feet in diameter sometimes seen in tough soil.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. There it went.
At least it hit the fence and not the
Now
house.
we're sure we need a new fence. All right, now we're sure we need a new fence, Trace.
Trees can be so unpredictable, especially the dead ones. You gave it a good notch,
This
and the
time of year
wind
where
still
everything
spun it
froze and the
90
wedges pop
degrees.
back out on
Glad
you.
you were clear of the hinge
Could
when
be
it
worse.
decided to go. This is the brutal reality of the logging industry. For more raw footage of extreme dangers and hilarious truck fails, subscribe now to Machine Universe.